a lot of respect. Let's give people 3 minutes. We're really happy with 20-minute limit that I put on. And we need to take care of business. Thank you very much. Your name, please.
Cynthia Schaefer. I have a lot to say, a lot more than 3 minutes. So I'm going to ask one question, because I've sent emails to all of you. Mr. Hoffman is the only one I've received a reply back from. And I'm going to call you out again, Ms. Barnes, because you are the Area 4 representative. And I'd like to know from you why you do not answer my emails. Why do you not answer my questions?
Continue, please.
I'm asking. I'd like an answer.
Continue, please.
How about you then, President Garcia? I send you emails too.
Continue, please. I have no comment.
It's okay for people to contact you and not receive a reply?
Continue, please.
Unbelievable. In a room full of people, this is how we're going to hopefully hold you accountable. It's not okay for people to send emails, for people to have questions, and for district staff not to respond. You have nothing to say about that. If you cannot even answer a simple question regarding a little $11,000 contract, you wonder why there is a great mistrust, a great distrust of you and the board. Would you like to answer, Mr. Kim?
Thank you, please.
I still have a minute and 39 seconds.
It's not Q&A situation, ma'am.
You read it. You read it. It said that I can ask questions and the board may answer.
If you wish to.
I wrote an email, and at the end, I wrote an email to all of you. At the end, I said, please, somebody take the lead and answer my questions. This is very embarrassing. I cannot believe that in a public forum you will not answer the questions that I have. I want to thank Trustee Hoffman for taking the time to answer the questions that I have, and they're not hard questions. They really aren't. Mr. Stratman, I appreciate the reply that I received through Dr. Lusa. However, I am still waiting on some other questions. It just would be nice to hear from the people who are in charge. As much as I would like to ream Dr. Lusa for things, and we had a great meeting today, did we not? Okay, the trustees are in charge. You are in charge. And it is not right that you ignore and disrespect the people in the community. It is a public forum, and we do deserve answers.
Can I cast you back,
You didn't answer my question, Mr. Kim. You said that you would talk to Dr. Lusa. I only have 3 minutes or 3 seconds. You didn't answer my question, though, sir.
You have the floor, Mr. Kim. Or if you need it.
No.
Okay. Thank you very much for your presentation. Next, please.
Good afternoon. I am the board member. Good afternoon. And Dr. I am, in fact, the person represented in the picture. And I'd like to know, Mr. Hoffman, did you see me inside the room? Was I inside the room?
To my knowledge, you were not there, Robert. And I don't think anybody else here saw you. You may have gone in the other door, but not that door. So we didn't see you. Yes.
I don't do Facebook, but there have been an ongoing smear campaign and smearing people. I guess it's okay if you're on target, if you have that. I, of course, have never been in that room. Everyone in this room was there. Yet they choose. I was over here because my wife asked me a question. I was over here. But to encourage the belief, I don't know who's in charge of putting these smear tactics on Facebook. It was suggested as well that I have some special relationship to Dr. Lusa through contracts double dipping, they called it. And Mrs. Willingham, do I have a special contract? Not to anybody's knowledge. But these folks choose to use smear content, smear tactics. They're outright lies. The gentleman who first spoke earlier on made a couple of allegations to about Dr. Lusa. They were lies, innuendos, and it's one thing to stand up, even though you're uninformed, and protest what's already happened to your principal. And the fact is, you know part of the story, not the whole story, behind this woman who's been in other schools, and she has a record, and a lot has gone on that you're totally unaware of. Public knowledge that many teachers in the district that have been in her schools are aware of. So the bottom line is, you have no credibility. You've blown it in so many different ways. Your tactics are disgusting. If you had just stayed with the facts, you would have been okay. But smear tactics aren't appropriate, and you know that.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Board.
Next, please. Go ahead.
Since we've gone over the 20 minutes, can I make a motion that we extend, how many more people are going to be speaking, so you know, that haven't spoken? So maybe we could go another 15 more minutes and so that everyone can speak. That's the motion.
Motion, a 15-minute extension. Second by Ms. Sure. Moved by Ms. Barnes, correction. Ms. Barnes, made the motion.
No,
Kim second. All those in favor? Aye. Okay, any notes? Okay, seeing none. 4-0. Your name?
My name is Rafael Vasquez, and I'd like to address Dr. Luza, President Garcia, members of the board, the district trustees, and the ladies and gentlemen. Given that I have limited time, I don't want to go name by name to address you all, but I'm here to express my concern and my profound disappointment about the response to my report about the fact that I made a complaint that a member of this district office was directed to contact Mission Park Elementary School and request information concerning the identity of my children. Immediately after this office received my public records request. To be clear, this is information that was shared with me by an employee of this same district office who was very concerned and who wanted to remain anonymous, but she had the courage and the conviction and the fortitude to step forward and share that information with me. Now, I appreciate the fact that Dr. Luza and Mr. Stratton took the opportunity to meet with me. On one occasion, they received my complaint verbally, and Mr. Stratton went and took the measures of conducting a preliminary investigation. And then Dr. Luza, met with me on May 30th to share with me some of the preliminary findings, and he agreed that there was a need to undertake an additional step to get more clarification and more responses to some of the questions that I posed, because they were necessary to ascertain the truth, primarily because there are 3 employees involved here, and there is obviously what appears to be a situation where at least 1 or more people have deliberately lied to Mr. Stratton. So I want to exercise my right to request of you, sir, the opportunity to use bylaw number 9000, specifically item number 4, section C, which allows and permits this board to assist the superintendent and to serve, in essence, as a judicial or quasi-judicial forum, to have those 3 employees, specifically the district employee that I'm complaining about here, who was one of the sources of this problem, to have them answer questions under oath, under the penalty of perjury, so we can make sure we ascertain who was dishonest when answering questions to Mr. Stratton, and to find out precisely who exceeded the scope of their duties, of their employment responsibilities, when they took the step of receiving my records request and asking for information that had absolutely no relevance whatsoever to the denial or to the granting of my request to bring in the names of my children as if that has any type of probative value in here. That has no basis and reason to be present here. You folks, I guarantee, do not appreciate that. I know you don't, because you folks are people of reason, and I implore you to not allow me to just simply talk to somebody. Have that hearing so we can find out exactly what happened, and I respectfully appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So noted. Next, please.
My name is Sean Henry again. When we came in here and met with Dr. Riza on May 16th, we were just asking questions about personnel issues. We were not the ones that started smearing and making it personal. There were many different accusations about what we were doing with our kids and what we were doing just because we wanted to ask for questions. Now, what happened last board meeting was a circus. And we did not, that was not our intention to come in here to make it a circus. It was about the facts. And so I want to point something out. If I would have known these nice little graphs were right here, I wouldn't have made handmade things. And what the facts are is that if you compare this group about closing the achievement gap, this is the white group, okay? Our Hispanic in red is here at Mission Park. They're up in here. Our English language learners are almost near 800. Our socioeconomically disadvantaged are up here.
Excuse me, can you address the word?
Yes. So I just was going to just use your own data. And if data is important, and talk about smear campaigns, I believe it was Sonia Lee last time who was comparing us to Carmel. And there's no disrespect to Carmel. I mean, I went there on the weekend, went to the beach. It's a very beautiful place. And I didn't get the memo that I'm part of Carmel. They probably wouldn't want me either. And I know that many people around here may not want me in Salinas. But I basically got the fact sheet for Mission Park today. Couldn't get it from the website, because the website, we spent $16,000, can't get it down. Can't unzip it, can't get to it. So this is the fact sheet. This is your own facts, okay, as they're accurately construed. Mission Park, Hispanic students are 64% of the population. White students are 25.7. I don't know if I should put my son and daughter under white or if I should put them under Hispanic. I probably have them under white because my last name's Henry. But even myself has Hispanic background, so my children are more Hispanic than they are white. Go figure, that's the way phenotypes work. Now, in terms of socioeconomically disadvantaged, it's 49%. I don't believe if Mr. or Mrs. Lee wants to bring up the demographics of Carmel, I'm pretty darn sure that they're nowhere near that. They're nowhere near that in terms of 18.7 being English language learners. We're very proud of our school. We're very proud of our teachers. We were very proud of our principal. We're very proud to be part of this district. And what happened last time? I'm glad that the Monterey County, that the media was here, and there was even one from the Monterey County Weekly, who basically described what it felt like to be in here. To basically be saying, you're not wanted, you do not belong. So it's not us that we're doing the smear campaigns. It's not us. And what was going on were a bunch of red herrings. Look that one up, Mr. Garcia.
Thank you very much. Next, please.
Good evening, Board of Trustees. And my name is Sally Zanetta. I was a VP and I was a teacher at Roosevelt School for 30 years. I was Mrs. Greenlee's VP, and I've been listening to all the parents from Mission Park and telling these wonderful stories about Mrs. Greenlee. And during that time, I was sitting there feeling all this guilt. Guilt because I was sitting there listening to these stories when I didn't see those type of things happening at Roosevelt. For the longest time, I knew of so many things that were going on at Roosevelt. And somehow I was hoping that those bad experiences would just disappear, erased from my mind. There were so many of those bad experiences that I saw at Roosevelt. Half of those experiences only happened to half of the staff members. The other half had similar experience that I did. And I didn't want to relive some of those times. And the experience that I'm going to share today is probably one of the easiest ones I could tell because they were worst ones. But when I was at Roosevelt, I always had an open door policy. I had parents in my classroom, sometimes at least 10, that would sit in the classroom with their students. And this happened one winter week, or a couple of weeks, where the parents were coming in and my heater had broken down. My room was freezing temperature. The kids were freezing. They were having to keep their coats on, their gloves on, their hats on. During the whole day they were in the classroom. The parents were very upset. They went to the office, nothing was done. They went to the district. The district sent maintenance over. Maintenance thought they had taken care of it, but it didn't work. It was still freezing in there. And it kept going. Finally, one of my friends was so upset, she went to Mrs. Greenlee and she says, if this situation had happened to one of your friends, you would have immediately taken care of it. But no, Sally's not one of your friends. Well, Mrs. Greenlee finally came to my class and she said, you don't think that I did this purposely, do you?
Thank you very much.
It's been weeks.
Thank you. Time rolling, we need to get to the list of things, so thank you very much. Your name, please.
Yvette Vasquez. I will finish up for Frank Garden. Okay, now the last thing I will say is, we just served that notice of intent to recall on Janet Horn. We already have folks asking, including the media, why not recall the others? But we have to start somewhere. So Trustee Kim, I really think you should take to heart what we talked about a couple of weeks ago. Of course, I appreciate your apology about the Facebook comments, and you seem like a good man, but even someone among your own ranks of the district told the media those comments were a major blunder. So you really don't need this. I told you 2 weeks ago that you were running with the wrong crowd, rubber stamping all of Dr. Luza's recommendations. You don't work for him. If you are not standing with the people who elected you, you really should just step down. It's the only way to avoid more discord in our district.
Thank you. Next, please.
Good evening. My name is Manuel Rueda, and I hear so many wonderful stories about Miss Greenlee. Unfortunately, my kids were in her school, and I say unfortunately because they were not treated anyway close to what these parents say that their kids and the leadership of all these wonderful things they happen under her direction. Ms. Greenlee was bullied all the way through. I came to complain to the board, and that was when the board listened to me and the superintendent who was in charge listened to me. Other than that, it was a nightmare. My kids were transferred to different schools, and they were bullied there. Under Mr. Luza, I don't see the same problem. I see that the board is working with what they can, and it's so unfortunate that we have a principal that choose to act cowardly and instigate the people and the kids to get against the district. And I think that this is not right. If she has a problem with the board, she should come directly and take the podium like everybody else. I don't believe this is right, again. And I understand a lot of teachers, a lot of principals has been, over the years, moved away. And I hear the director of personnel told them, hey, if you don't like it, take the hike. I don't know why you guys are not telling the same to Brunette Greenlee. I believe you guys are doing an awesome job, and we should not be concerned about recalling. And again, you guys, when I was here last meeting, I say, I trust you're going to do the right decision. And I believe you're already taking that decision, and that decision should stand. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to take the next two people in line, then we're going to close it. Thank you.
I thought it was going to be last.
You're number one.
Okay. Board members, Dr. Luza, audience. I'm Connie Raines. I am at Lincoln still till the end of the month, but I will be leaving, and I'm excited about my new venture, but I didn't want to leave until I acknowledged some things about how the school district I've been in for 35 years, because I began as a gate teacher, has made me who I am, and I'm very happy to be where I am at this point in my life. I started with Bill Pollard. I've been through a lot of principals, a lot of superintendents. I've been through Pat Willingham twice. Thank you again for being my mentor all these years. And I've worked with some wonderful teachers and some wonderful classified people, so I wanted to acknowledge that. Something that's been said in the press about everything that's going on is that principals have been demoted. And I just have to say that I hate that term, because I think to have to go back into the classroom is not a demotion. Being a teacher is a really noble and wonderful profession. So I just want to go on the record as saying, let's not use the word demotion anymore. So anyway, what I'm asking before I leave off to my new venture is that you continue to support our teachers, continue to support our classified and our principals, because through supporting them, then they are able to go back and support the school. So I just want to say thank you for the 35 years I've had here. And like I said, I'm excited about my new venture. It's different than what I'm used to, I can already tell you, but I know that I have friends in Salinas that I can always call. Thank you.
5
board.
Certainly.
Dr. Luca.
You're going to be the last speaker, so I'll give you back with 5 minutes.
The 5 seconds. My name is Demetrio Coroneda. I just want to reiterate, I have been working for this district since 1975. I'm very, very proud to have been part of this district. This district has always been good to me, but most importantly, has been doing what they can do, whatever they can do to better the educational system for the students that we serve. Since I have retired, I'm working as a substitute, and for many, many years, I have been going to Roosevelt Elementary School. That's the first school that I started in 1975. And I was really, really happy when Rosie Alvarez was there. We had a school that was very, very progressive, and a school that was number 3 in Salinas City Elementary School District. Rosie was moved. Mrs. Greenlee came in, and since then, Roosevelt Elementary School now, instead of being number 3, it's number 4 from the bottom up. It's number 10. And that to me is indicative of the type of principal Mrs. Greenlee was in Roosevelt Elementary School, of course. I have nothing personal against Mrs. Greenlee. Mrs. Greenlee always treated me with decency and respect, but I am not married to friendship. I am more married to what is happening with the students. And if I were to judge her as a principal, I would say that Mrs. Greenlee would get a big, fat S. She failed those students. And when you fail students, I take that personal, because we are here for those students. And like I said, she's a wonderful person, but she's not a wonderful principal. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, and I also applaud the decision of the board and the decision of the superintendent. I know it's not easy. You are under a lot of stress, but thank you for making the right decisions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And I do want to ask the board if we can have just one more speaker here that was in line already, and I didn't see you. So we're going to give you 3 minutes. You will be the last speaker. Thank you.
My name is Kellyanne Dickinson, and I'm a teacher at Lincoln School. I've been with the district for 14 years. I'm also Burnett Greenlee's sister. I have sat through these meetings, listening to accusation after accusation with no rest. Burnett is not here because she cannot be here. She cannot talk against her district in this situation. The district did actually kick her to the curb last week. And she understands that everyone else knows that she has lost her job. But for her to have to sit at home or sit back and listen to people make accusations that have no backing, no proof, is just unfair. I have nothing but respect for Lori Sanders, Dr. Lusa. I have been working for them for several years, and I have found them to be decent people. But this is such an embarrassment and shame that it's very, very difficult to sit by and listen to it and to know that my sister, who is a decent, kind person and works very hard at her job, has to hear this mudslinging, accusations, no proof. You know, everybody's going to hide behind, well, we can't say anything. It is unfair, it is unjust, and it is embarrassing.
Thank you very much. That closes our comments to the board. And we're going to go into consent items next. I want to thank everybody who spoke up and defended themselves, but also at the same time, we must complete the agenda. Consent items, please. What I want to do,